Found attached to a workbench in a basement, this device consists of metal cards and bars with notches. Each card is 6 by 5 inches, and the setup is not adjustable. The previous owner was a tinkerer who liked to build his own solutions. What is this vintage electrical component? This device is a selenium full-bridge rectifier, a piece of vintage electronics. A rectifier is an electrical device that converts alternating current, AC, which periodically reverses direction, into direct current, DC, which flows in only one direction. Before silicon diodes became widespread and affordable, selenium rectifiers were commonly used for this purpose in battery chargers, power supplies, and other electronic equipment. They consist of stacks of iron or aluminum plates coated with selenium. The large cards, or fins, are for heat dissipation, as selenium rectifiers were not very efficient and generated a lot of heat. The markings and tabs would indicate the AC input and the positive and negative DC output terminals. This small, swirly, vaguely spherical plastic object was found in a kitchen drawer. What is this common accessory used with a specific type of drink container? This item is a mixer ball for a shaker cup or bottle. These cups, which are very popular for mixing protein shakes, meal replacement powders, and other powdered supplements, often come with one of these mixer balls included. The ball, typically made of stainless steel or plastic, is placed inside the shaker cup, along with the liquid and powder. When the cup is sealed and shaken, the ball bounces around violently inside, acting as a whisk to break up clumps of powder and ensure the drink is mixed smoothly and consistently. It's a simple but highly effective tool for achieving a well-blended shake. Found in a drawer in a shed, these non-magnetic metal objects each weigh about 12 ounces. Their shape suggests a specific function for hanging items. What are these dual-purpose hooks? These are identified as antique coat hooks, specifically the classic dual hook style. This design was extremely common and features a larger lower hook for hanging a heavy coat or jacket, and a smaller upper knob or hook that is perfectly suited for placing a hat. In an era when both coats and hats were standard daily wear, these dual-purpose hooks were a practical and ubiquitous fixture in hallways, entryways, foyers, closets, and public buildings. Their heavy non-magnetic construction suggests they might be made of cast brass, bronze, or a similar durable alloy. This small, hard, plastic heart-shaped piece has a number 1 on it. While the finder knows what it is in terms of its physical description, they don't know its purpose or where it came from. It mysteriously appeared in a craft room, and the owner doesn't have children. What is this numbered plastic heart for? This small heart-shaped piece of plastic with a number on it is identified as a pin back, but not the clasping part. This is likely a decorative element or a keeper from an enamel pin or a collection of trading pins, such as those popular at theme parks, events, or within specific fandoms. The number 1 could indicate it's part of a numbered series or set, perhaps a first edition, or simply pin number 1 in a collection. It's the front decorative part of a lapel pin that would have a post on the back to attach to a clutch or rubber backer. Its appearance in a craft room is fitting, as pin collecting and trading is a popular hobby. Found in a house clearance of an engineer, this device says Taylor Hobson beneath and behind the lens, and tube 112-64 on top. It is clearly a high-precision optical instrument. What is its specific industrial or engineering application? This instrument is an alignment telescope, manufactured by Taylor Hobson, a renowned British company specializing in high-precision metrology and optical instruments. An alignment telescope is used for establishing and checking extremely precise straight lines of sight over long distances, often in industrial settings. They are critical tools for aligning large machinery, such as turbines, shafts, engine beds, roller assemblies in paper mills, or components in aircraft manufacturing jigs. The telescope allows an engineer to align multiple points along a single, perfect axis with incredible accuracy, ensuring components are installed without any deviation that could cause vibration, wear, or catastrophic failure. It's a tool for precision industrial alignment. This silver container, which has since tarnished, has a screw-on lid with holes in it. Inside, there is a removable white cup. the whole item is quite heavy. What is this specific type of serving container, and what was it used for? This container is identified as a muffineer. A muffineer is a type of large shaker or caster, similar to a salt or pepper shaker, but typically larger, used for sprinkling sugar, cinnamon, or other spices. Historically, they were used at the dining table to sprinkle sugar onto muffins, hence the name, oatmeal, toast, waffles, or desserts. The removable inner cup, perhaps made of glass or ceramic, would have held the sugar or spice, protecting the silver from direct contact with potentially corrosive contents. The perforated screw-on lid allows for controlled sprinkling. These were common pieces of silver tableware, especially in the Victorian and Edwardian eras. Found on a beach, this porous, off-white object weighs only 30 grams and feels quite smooth. The material is unfamiliar to the finder. What is this lightweight, smooth, and porous beach find? Based on its shape and porous, smooth texture, this object is suggested to be a pottery fragment, specifically the handle from an old earthenware or stoneware jug. Pottery that has been tumbled in the sea for a long time often becomes very smooth, with all sharp edges worn away, a process similar to the formation of sea glass. The off-white color and porous nature are characteristic of many types of earthenware pottery. The curved shape of a jug handle is also quite distinctive, and it's a part of a vessel that could easily break off and be found separately. This old lamp or torch is an old family heirloom, approximately 80 years old, from the Netherlands. It's about 20 centimeters tall and was possibly used in mines or on boats. Reverse image searches of the lamp and its logos have yielded no results. What is this specific type of vintage industrial lamp? This is identified as an early battery-powered mining lamp, designed to be affixed to a mining cart or train. The logo on the front indicates it was manufactured by Grubenlampenwerke Freeman and Wolf in Zwickau, Germany, a well-known maker of mining lamps. While the company was famous for its earlier flame safety lamps, like petrol lamps, it also transitioned to producing electric models. This battery-powered version would have offered a safer alternative to open flames in gaseous mines. It was likely used in German and nearby Dutch coal mines in the mid-20th century, consistent with its estimated age and the family's origin. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit like and subscribe. Your support genuinely helps YouTube's algorithm find more curious explorers like you. Thank you for helping us grow. Stay curious. This white, malleable plastic thing is on the back of a broom. It features a gap in its circular bits, which have plastic prongs. What is the purpose of this seemingly non-functional plastic piece? The best guess for this plastic piece is that it's a shipping retainer or a piece of packaging. Its purpose would be to hold the broom head securely to the handle during shipping and display in a store, making the entire product a slimmer and more manageable package. The circular bits would clip around the handle, and the prongs or other features would engage with the broom head's plastic block. Once the consumer buys the broom, this piece is meant to be removed and discarded, as it serves no purpose in the actual use of the broom. It's a common, if sometimes confusing, piece of product packaging. A small red, monkey-like figure with a brush on top of its head was found under the hood of a car. The figure is also carrying an umbrella and has leaves printed on its ears and forehead. What is this bizarre and whimsical object? This small, whimsical figure is a decorative brush, likely a computer keyboard or desk duster. It appears to be an older, or at least eyeless, version of a known novelty item, possibly featuring a character from Japanese folklore or a similar design aesthetic. These little decorative brushes are designed to be both functional for light dusting of electronics or small spaces, and also to serve as a cute or amusing desk ornament. How it ended up under the hood of a car is a complete mystery. Perhaps it was dropped in the engine bay during a repair or just found a strange place to ride along. This 2-inch wide bubble with 7 uniform holes in the center has been painted over on a kitchen wall just above the dishwasher. What is this vent-like fixture? This fixture is an air gap wall vent, a crucial component of a dishwasher's drainage system, required by plumbing codes in many areas. An air gap is a simple device that prevents dirty water from the sink drain from siphoning back into the clean dishwasher. The dishwasher's drain hose runs up to this air gap fitting, and then another hose runs from the air gap down to the garbage disposal or sink drain. The bubble with holes provides a physical air break in the line, making backflow impossible. While many are mounted on the countertop, some systems use a wall-mounted vent like this one. After a long delay, an update is provided for a mysterious plastic object, about 12 inches long, found hanging from a garage ceiling. It has no markings, but the tubes are made of a flexible, stretchy medical tubing material, and a foam part wraps all around it. The owner's best guess is now that it was used for resistance training. What is it? Based on the updated description of flexible, stretchy tubing and a foam grip, a strong possibility is that this is a climbing grip exercise device, or a similar type of resistance trainer. Climbers use various tools to improve their finger, hand, and forearm strength. This device, with its stretchy tubing, could have been used for pull-up variations, resistance band exercises mimicking climbing movements, or for developing grip strength by squeezing the foam-wrapped section. Its homemade or rudimentary appearance suggests it might be a DIY training tool created by a previous resident who was a climbing enthusiast. This round, shiny wooden jar was found in Taiwan. It's very shallow inside, and the inner surface has a tiny hole. A subtle, herbal, woody scent is noticeable when the lid is opened. What could this aromatic wooden container be? Given its origin in Taiwan and its distinct scent, it's possible this jar is made from cypress wood, specifically a type valued for its natural aromatic properties. Certain woods, like cypress or camphor, are used in Taiwan and other parts of Asia for carvings, decorative boxes, and scent jars precisely because they naturally give off a pleasant and lasting fragrance. The jar itself could be intended simply to be opened periodically to enjoy the scent, or it might be a container for storing other small aromatic items, with the wood itself contributing to the overall fragrance profile. It's a treat for the senses. A metal and concrete structure is seen at a harbor. What is this tall, functional-looking tower used for in a maritime setting? This structure appears to be a radar tower. Radar, radio detection and ranging, is essential for maritime navigation and vessel traffic services, VTS, in busy harbors and coastal areas. A radar scanner, typically housed in a protective radome and mounted at the top of a tall tower like this, rotates continuously, emitting radio waves and detecting their reflections from ships, buoys, and land masses. This information is used to create a real-time map of the harbor, allowing port authorities to monitor and manage ship movements, ensure navigational safety, and coordinate port operations, especially in conditions of poor visibility like fog or heavy rain. A cat was found playing with an open mini Ziploc bag, full of these small, lightweight, circular plastic things. They have a gray center and a black cover. The finder is worried their cat may have eaten some. What are these tiny, numerous objects? These small circular items are identified as hair extension beads, also known as micro-rings or micro-links. They are used in a popular method of applying hair extensions. A small section of the natural hair is threaded through the bead, along with the tip of the hair extension strand. A special pair of pliers is then used to crimp the bead flat, securely clamping the extension to the natural hair. The gray center is likely the metal part, often aluminum, and the black cover might be a silicone lining to protect the hair and provide a better grip. Finding a whole bag of them suggests someone who does hair extensions may have dropped or lost them. A small window was found inside a built-in kitchen cabinet. This feature was seen in 2 different houses with the same layout. In one house, the window was uncovered, allowing air to flow in. In the other, it was covered up and insulated. Did this cabinet window serve a specific function? This small window inside a kitchen cabinet is part of a feature sometimes called a California cooler or a vented pantry. Before the era of widespread, efficient refrigeration, this was a clever architectural design for keeping perishable foods cool. The cabinet would have vents both high and low, often to the outside or a cool crawl space. This setup creates a natural convection loop, drawing cool outside air in through the bottom vent, which then circulates up through the cabinet and exits through the top vent. This constant flow of cooler air turned the cabinet into a passive, unpowered refrigerator, ideal for storing fruits, vegetables, and other perishables. Found at a university, this is a copper tube container with some kind of holder thing inside. What was this protective copper tube designed to carry? This copper tube container is identified as a map canister or a document tube. These are designed to protect rolled-up documents such as maps, blueprints, architectural drawings, or important papers from being creased, torn, or damaged by moisture. Copper is a durable and corrosion-resistant material, making it suitable for a protective case. The holder thing inside could be part of a mechanism to help secure the document or to make it easier to retrieve from the tube. Finding one at a university is fitting, as departments like geography, architecture, or engineering would have regularly used large format paper documents. This giant arrowhead or axe-like object was found in a western New York home built in the 1820s. Its size and material raised the question, is it a genuine historical artifact that belongs in a museum? This object is identified as a stone axe head. This is a prehistoric tool, likely created by Native American inhabitants of the western New York region long before the house was built in the 1820s. These axe heads were crafted by knapping or grinding hard stones like granite or flint into the desired shape. A groove, called a hafting groove, was often carved around the middle to facilitate attaching it securely to a wooden handle with rawhide lashings. Finding such an artifact on one's property is not uncommon in many parts of North America. While many examples exist, a particularly well-preserved or unusual one could certainly be of interest to a local museum or archaeological society. Found in a thrift store, this item is made of wood and sheet metal. What was this large utilitarian scoop designed for? This is a coal scoop, specifically a large one that would have been used in a mid-sized office building, school, or other institution that was heated with a coal-fired boiler. In such a heating system, coal would typically be delivered by truck and dumped down a coal chute into a storage bin located next to the boiler's fire door. This large, sturdy scoop would have been used by the building's custodian or engineer to shovel coal from the bin into the boiler's firebox. The commenter also suggests it could have been used to help clogged coal flow down the chute. Its robust construction is suited for handling heavy, abrasive coal. A bottle of something was found buried in a friend's backyard. The white substance inside has dried to the walls of the bottle, but there's still a clearish, murky liquid remaining at the bottom. What kind of bottle and contents could this be? This small glass bottle with dried, pigmented residue on the walls and some remaining liquid medium looks very close to a vintage Testors model paint bottle. Testors is a very well-known brand that has been producing enamel paints for scale models, cars, airplanes, etc. for many decades. Their small glass bottles with metal screw-on caps are iconic. Over time, if a bottle is left unused, the pigments can settle and dry onto the sides, while the solvent or binder, the clearish liquid, separates. Finding one buried in a backyard suggests a long-lost hobbyist's stash. Found near the trash of a flower shop that went out of business, this vase-like object is about a foot tall and ceramic-like. It's green and features holes in its sides and a larger hole in the bottom. It sits on a saucer and is open at the top. What is this unusually perforated pot for? This is an orchid planter or orchid pot. The many holes in the sides and bottom are a key design feature specific to the needs of many types of orchids. In their native habitats, most orchids are epiphytes, meaning they grow on other plants, like tree bark, rather than in soil. Their roots require excellent air circulation and drainage to stay healthy and avoid rot. The holes in these specialized pots are designed to provide that crucial airflow to the roots and allow water to drain away completely after watering. Finding one outside a former flower shop makes perfect sense. This heavy metal object, with the part number 760783, almost caused a serious accident when a lawnmower hit it. It's about the size of a palm. What is this robust automotive component? This object is identified as a distributor ignition module mount, specifically part number 760783. This particular mount was commonly found in Ford vehicles from the 1980s and early 1990s. The ignition module is a critical electronic component that controls the firing of the ignition coil. On these older Ford distributors, the module was mounted externally on the distributor housing. This metal piece served as both the physical mount and, importantly, as a heat sink to draw heat away from the electronics of the ignition module, helping to prevent it from overheating and failing. It's a very specific part from a particular era of automotive technology. This wooden baton features regularly spaced holes, a central hole, and a flared end. What is this piece of industrial equipment, likely related to textiles? According to Google Images, this wooden object is a textile bobbin or spool, specifically a type used in industrial spinning or weaving machinery. In textile manufacturing, yarn or thread is wound onto various types of bobbins for processing. This particular design, with its multiple holes in specific shape, would have been engineered to fit onto a specific type of spinning frame, loom shuttle, or winding machine. The holes might have been for driving pins, sensors, or simply to reduce weight. It's a remnant from the era of large-scale mechanical textile production. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit that like button and subscribe. Stay curious. More finds coming soon.